Thanks for being with us tonight. The Wisconsin Assembly's bipartisan Racial Disparities Task Force released a series of recommendations today for police reforms.
That list contains 18 recommendations relating to use of force practices for state law enforcement. NBC 26's Ben Boken spoke with police and the community to see how they feel about those guidelines.
It's a joke, if anything. They're not even requirements, they're recommendations.
That's what some locals like Chauncey Hughes are saying about the State Assembly's Racial Disparities Task Force recommendations for law enforcement practices.
You shouldn't need rules and regulations and from a special committee to do the right thing.
The recommendations ask police and other agencies to publicize policies and actions requiring use of force. Hughes says he's not impressed with the task force, which formed after a white officer shot a black man in Kenosha.
They take the lives of minorities, black and brown, every day, and nobody's held accountable. They're not going to change nothing.
Northeast Wisconsin police say they've been following the Assembly's recommendations.
Policing has to evolve because we deal with society and how society changes and what they need from us. So we have to have those conversations continue.
But Hughes says hate and fear cause problems in law enforcement.
Most of them feel like they don't even need to do anything to change. They don't see any wrong in what they do. This is indoctrinated into them.
Appleton police say they're open to hearing community feedback.
It's not the time to really sit back on your heels and shake each other's hands and say, good job, we're done. We're not done. Like I said, it's a conversation that has to continue.
Even with recommendations, both law enforcement and Hughes say there are ways to agree.
As long as that conversation continues and people are brought to the table that don't feel like they have a voice and given input into what policing should be in their community, we're going to continue to make those positive steps forward.
Stop killing black people. Stop hiring racists. Stop hiring people that are inept.
In Ashwaubenon, Ben Boken, NBC 26.
Some of the recommendations include mandatory crisis management training for all law enforcement officers. For a full list, go to NBC26.com.